Tonight with a whole lot of talk about large-scale home buyouts as one way to reduce the flooding risk in Houston.
The idea is you bulldoze flood-prone homes out of harm's way and create green space to absorb more water.
But investigative reporter Jeremy Rogowski discovers there are roadblocks that would make any massive buyout plan much easier said than done.
It's just devastation. It's just devastation.
The debris pile at the curb stands taller than she does.
And it continues to happen.
But ask Adis Balua about a FEMA buyout.
I hate to do it. And my family, the whole family says, sell it and leave, sell it and leave. It's not easy.
This is, after all, her family home of 30 years in Meyerland. But even with 3 floods in less than 3 years, federal flood insurance has always paid up to fix it up.
In your case, there's been roughly $400,000 of repairs over 2 storms.
Oh, yeah.
And now this is the 3rd one.
Massive.
It's a snapshot of the massive debt, an estimated $25 billion that the National Flood Insurance Program is facing. But the reality?
That is the law. Those people can choose to stay there.
Peter Herrick is a FEMA spokesperson.
When you have someone getting federal insurance money 2, 3, 4 or more times, does it make sense to keep rebuilding?
The way the program is set up right now, the way the law is, there's nothing to say, hey, listen, we've had enough, you need to get out.
In fact, in Meyerland, there have been only a handful of buyouts over the past 30 years. And even though Meyerland sits almost entirely in the 100-year floodplain, the Harris County Flood Control District says other neighborhoods are worse off. The district has identified 3,300 homes topping its potential buyout list, the majority along the San Jacinto River, Cypress Creek, and Greens, Halls, and White Oak Bayous. The estimated total cost to buy and demolish them all, $650 million. But that isn't enough.
We have a 100-year storm, it seems like, every year.
If you ask Rice University professor Jim Blackburn, he believes officials need to be thinking bigger about buyouts.
We're talking probably tens of thousands of homes. You remove the house and you open it up, and that creates more space for water to flow without causing damage.
But that price tag would be through the roof. It's why in Meyerland another approach is underway. Instead of demolishing, elevating properties above flood levels. But so far, federal grant money has only covered a few dozen homeowners. There are scores, perhaps hundreds more, wanting in on it too.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
People like Kevin York, who just finished with $100,000 in renovations, only to flood 3 feet deep.
We're really at the point that we don't know how we're going to rebuild ourselves. And being in our mid to late 60s, that's scary.
For Kevin York and many others, the bottom line may turn out to be the bottom line. Because if their damage exceeds half of their home's value, the city of Houston would then require them to elevate their homes. Flood insurance usually isn't enough to pay for that, and without a grant, many homeowners would be left in financial dire straits. Standing for Houston, Jeremy Rogowski, KHOU.